Welcome back to BESTFIT TV. Glad you could join us this week. It's going to be another great show. Ben Kuma will be on the streets to see which diets are the best. We've got chicken miso recipe in our cooking feature. We'll be training with racing driver Seb Morris and also be checking out on Ruth's progress. And my co-host this week is transformation guru Adam Haines.
Hi Faris, you alright?
I'm good, are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
But while we've got the transformation guru here, we're going to ask you a few questions. You're doing a great job with Ruth. From all the people that come in and want PT sessions and goals, what's the biggest mistake they make?
I think consistency probably is number one. What you'll find is most people just are not consistent in terms of what they do. So whether that be the actual gym sessions, whether it be the nutrition at home, and like I said, you find most people who come to the gym outside of their sessions in the gym or with their trainer, they're just not consistent at all. And again, consistency is key when it comes to results.
Yeah. And eating is one we struggle with. We found out with Ruth on a transformation that she was eating not enough in the morning, making up with a massive meal in the evening, which doesn't work. Now for me, sometimes I'll have a busy day, eat hardly anything, and then the only option is something bad, but I think it's okay because I've not had many calories at all.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Not necessarily. I think the type of food you eat as well makes a massive difference, especially when it comes to body composition. So if you do come under your total daily calories, if you're trying to create a deficit, then absolutely eating bad food, you're still going to lose weight, but it might not necessarily be the right type of weight. So always try and get good nutritious food in where you possibly can and create that slight deficit.
So that twirler earlier is doing no good for me?
Out the window, mate. Needs to go.
Love a twirler. Well, we're going to watch Ruth's transformation shortly, see how she gets on. But fitness, we can all get too bogged down in how serious it should be. I'm going to go show you how fun it can be. Let's go join me in Bradford at Funzy. We've covered many different ways to keep fit and healthy. Some are glamorous, some are really hard, but this one is fun. If you don't like going to the gym or you miss your gym session, you can come along here and have a good workout and have fun at the same time. This is Funzy Bradford. I survived the jump. I'm a little bit out of breath still because it is hard work here, isn't it?
Yeah,
this is Antonia from Funzy. She's going to tell us a bit more. So just walking around and doing things, we're already getting a bit of a work on because we're bouncing constantly now. We're trying to get our balance.
Yeah, we are, yeah. Like I say, loads of people come here from young children to adults and everybody does a brilliant workout on here.
So if you wasn't into your gym or you didn't like the thought of going out, running and stuff, coming here for a good half an hour, bouncing around doing adventure is going to burn some good calories.
Definitely, it will burn a lot of calories for you.
What's the equivalent? If you went to the gym for 20 minutes high intensity, how long do you have to do here?
It'd be about half an hour of bouncing about on here. It'd just be the same.
Sounds more fun than the gym to me.
Yeah, definitely.
And what about those real gym people? Are they going to laugh at this just bouncing around, or is there something more intense to do?
Yeah, there is something more intense. Like I say, with the assault course, that is a really good workout. Well, once we get on it, I'll show you.
The sound of that. Assault course, you're going to take us through it?
We will do, yeah. We'll go on it.
Let's see what this is all about. I think it can be said, it's quite a workout.
It definitely is.
I did beat you.
Yeah.
We're not competitive at all. And that wasn't the first time. We're out of breath because we've done it at least 10 times, wasn't it?
Definitely.
So I recommend it for everybody. A good gym workout. And you have an adult only class, yeah?
Yeah, we do, yeah.
So adults, with your kids, just come down, have some fun. Get out, get active, whatever you do, enjoy getting fit.
Guys, we're in week 3 and everything's going really well actually. I'm feeling really good. I'm really into my routine now. I have all my nutrition organised for me. I'm eating 3 planned meals a day. Those 3 meals probably around like 500 calories. Some of them are a little bit lower, so if I have a wrap it's like 200 calories. It's amazing how changing your diet, just cleaning your diet up can really affect how you feel day to day. Organisation for me has been quite an important one. I've got 2 little ones, so having my meals planned and prepped for me, it just takes all the guesswork out for me. I'm not stressed about what I'm eating. I just eat what I'm given and that's it. You know, it's just easy. I think any mum will agree with that. Like, I think the hardest part of getting organised when you're trying to, you know, shed a lot of weight is getting the meal prep sorted. That's been really good, and thanks to Lean Lunch, they've organised all that for me. To the BCAs, I've actually gone through a tub a week, so that's been pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put some stocks on for that product because I absolutely love it, and it just like helps me with my muscle recovery. I'm feeling quite positive. I'm starting to like notice little differences, like obviously like my clothes is fitting differently, starting to feel like a bit more energy. I just feel more energetic overall, and I just have time for more things at the moment. It's just like before, I think I'd make a bit of an excuse that I didn't have time to go to the gym, but now I just feel like I'm making time for it because I've got that commitment there. I've got Saturday, Sunday off, and then we're doing our check-in with the Shape Watch, and we're going to see what our results are. So hopefully I'm on target and I'm, you know, still decreasing in fat and fat loss, and you know, seeing those results coming through every week, because it gets so frustrating if you're working really hard and then nothing comes off and you don't see results. So even if I lost like, you know, some fat, that'll make me happy. I won't be too caught up on the weight side, but you know, it's a bonus. Obviously we are trying to lose 10 kilos, so at the moment I'm about 82 kilos, give or take a few grams here and there from day to day, obviously with eating and drinking. Well, done. Now we're gonna do 1.5k on the air bike and then 20 lunges. Y squats, lateral lunges. We're gonna do it just to mix it up a bit. I'm gonna do it 3 times. And we're going to do 20 of each. Very important with any kind of like full body workouts that you're holding your core in. Something I've had to learn to do again, especially after C-sections. Just goes to show if you have like something to commit to, you can see results. And you know, like, I know that I have had some doubts here and there, you know, where I've just felt like this is going to be too much, it's going to be too hard, I'm not going to be able to fit it into my routine. But do you know what, it's been really easy. I think having someone help you through it, like obviously I've got Adam who's helping me with all the training, and he's also giving me so much advice on nutrition, and I've just put all that together and I've managed to get some really great results. So I'm really excited about that, and that makes me really happy, and I think that's what it's all about.
Great as always seeing Ruth crack on with her transformation. It's 3 weeks in now.
Yeah.
And has she been turning up, doing the work?
Absolutely. Do you know what? She has been a star client. Yeah. She's been absolutely brilliant. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, she's been very consistent, and consistency is key. She's doing really, really well.
She looks like she's doing the work, and it is hard work, but she's enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, she loves the session. She comes in, she gets it done, she goes home, but she's doing everything that I tell her to do, both in the gym and outside the gym. So she's lost 2 kilos already. Wow. Body fat has reduced and her muscle mass has increased. So absolutely everything is going.
We're going to ask that a 10k target in 10 weeks and 2k loss in 2 weeks. is a good motivation to keep
Absolutely,
going.
it's a tough target, but she's on track, and hopefully we can continue that progress.
Right, you can do a K a week. That's like magic, isn't it?
It's huge, yeah. It's big, but like I said, it's hard work and it is tough. But she does everything that I tell her to do, and she's been, like I said, just a star client.
Cool. We'll see more Ruth next week, and you're a PT. You've done a great job with Ruth, but if you wasn't a PT, what would you like to be?
Probably a drummer in a rock band.
Yeah, you've got the look. Yeah. Well, for me, this next chapter's got my dream job. Let's go and do a train with feature with Seb Morris. For this week's Train With session, I'm very jealous of this guy. He's got the job that I wanted. He drives very expensive cars, very fast for a living, and he's a 2017 British GT Championship winner. It's Seb Morris.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Thanks for taking the time. We're going to have a good training session today. Your career, it's been fantastic so far. What's been the highlight?
Started go-karting at the age of 8 years old. I've gone through karting, Formula Renault, Formula 3, and then I've moved across into a championship called GT3. So one of the highlights was definitely leading the Daytona 24 Hours, which was over in America, against ex-F1 drivers and the world's best drivers.
Quite an achievement then to get the fastest lap amongst all those.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, and it's 2 years ago now.
Yeah. You've got to be fit to be a racing driver. Many people don't realise how fit, but how fit do you need to be?
You need to be extremely fit, and you need to be an all-rounded athlete. But basically, for people that don't know, I do endurance racing. So we do 6, 12, 24-hour races where the car does not turn off for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Training for that is difficult because you're in a high intensity environment for 3 hours where there's all sorts going on, but also you're under 2 to 3 G at all time with your G-force.
Yeah. And personally, you spend a lot of time in the gym. You see from your Instagram, you've kind of like bulked up in the last year. Why was that?
It was just because I'd done a lot of cardio, but the problem is after about an hour or two, I was starting to get muscle fatigue, cramps, things like that. The rules had changed because the rules were so tight that drivers were physically dehydrating themselves before the race to lose your 3 or 4 kilograms you carry in water. So when the rules changed, because I'm 6'1", the race drivers usually, like jockeys, are usually very small. If we had Lewis Hamilton here, he'd be down here on us. So for me as a 6'1" frame, it's been very difficult. I've had to take the hit in not eating and stuff like that. Yeah. So I've actually put on 10 kilograms since last year and feeling all the better for it. It means I've got more fat stores to use during the race and things like that. And it's really made me, a better driver, and it's been great to allow us to bulk up a bit.
I can't wait. We're going to go down into the gym and get a workout.
Let's put you through your paces. So before we get started, I just thought I'd explain to you and the viewer what sort of position we're in as a racing driver and why we're doing the different sort of exercises we do. So if I get down here, our feet are quite high up, legs are quite high, and everything is coming from the core, and we're turning like this. So the problem this makes for the human bodies as being a racing driver is that we're very front loaded. Everything's hunched over, and as you can see, all our shoulders are in an unnatural position. So what we'll do is every exercise I do as a push, we'll try and do a pull, because that brings the body back into the central position. It's important to maintain your posture as well. So that's why we'll do what we're doing in the gym today.
Great, let's go and do it. Here we are then, exercise 1, it's a banded jammer press. What's this all about, Seb?
So this is focused on explosive power, and obviously, as I've mentioned before, weight gain is quite critical for us. So we need to get as much strength as we can without putting on too much weight. So these explosive exercises are good for that. So we're pushing up like that, slow down, and every time we push from the hips up like that. And this is doing all shoulders, back and core, which is obviously one of the 3 most important parts.
Exercise number 2, close grip inverted row. Why do we do this?
So we do this for what I said before. This is an exercise that balances out my body and isolates the back muscles. So it's good for my general well-being. Yeah. Get your chest directly underneath the bar. Engage your core so you're flat like this. What we'll do is go down, explode up like this, and then take about 5 or 6 seconds to pull down. And what that does is isolate the back muscle.
That's a good one, that. Never tried that before. Exercise number 3, the Prowler Push.
So what this exercise is another important exercise for racing drivers. So this is hamstrings, your calves, and your glutes.
Any particular technique?
Yeah, so what we want to be is we want to be on the balls of our feet the whole time and use long strides We hit the brake at about 140 kilograms worth of pressure, so this is more of an endurance exercise for the legs.
Exercise number 4 is the ab rotation wall throw.
So obviously, as I've mentioned, core is massively important for us as racing drivers, so this should really get your core burning, so should we give it a go?
Let's give it a blast.
So we'll pick up these 5 kilogram balls. You're gonna get yourself nice and far back like that, perfect. Once to the side, over the head, and then try and hit the number 5.
Exercise number 5 is a banded neck extension. Why do we do this one?
We do this because the neck is obviously the most important part of a racing driver's body. If your neck goes, everything else goes with it. So this is important for us.
And you should never train neck alone. You should do it with somebody who knows what they're doing, which is not me. So we're going to introduce Seb's PT, Ash, and we're going to do the exercise.
Right, so let's get into position. So hips down, engage the core, nice rest, nice and slow, take your time. 2, engage the core, keep that hips down. Back up, 3, good. On this one, hold it. Hold, 3, 2, 1, rotate. And 3, good. It's off. Good work.
There we go, 5 great exercises from Seb, which were?
We had push, pull, back, legs, neck, everything.
Great, I enjoyed it, great workout. Thanks for your time today, Seb.
No problem.
And good luck with all your races in this coming year.
Thank you very much.
I really enjoyed that session with Seb Morris. It was a really good workout, but as always, I forgot to warm down. Next day, I was aching all over. But luckily today, we've brought in an expert. We've got Steve, mobility expert. He's going to teach you and I some great recovery exercises using the vibrating plate.
I think just to really sum it up, recovery is really important. You said about time. So if we've got something that we can do in less than 5 minutes, and that's really why you're adding the vibration, just to enhance that recovery aspect, get more out of your workout, promote recovery, and good to go. So we're going to start with some stretching. We're going to do 3 stretching exercises, very simple. First one's for the hamstrings, back of the leg. Going to take a reach forward, a reach to one side, and then a reach across the other side. And just repeat that sequence. And the idea that vibration is increasing blood flow, increasing circulation. Then we're going to look at the front of the hip, area that gets tight, often overworked if we're squatting or cycling or running. So front of the hip, push the hip forward, so the knees on the platform, hands in front, real simple, over the top, nice rhythmical controlled movement, hands come in front, rotation one way, rotation the other way, and just keep repeating that sequence for whatever feels comfortable. Inside of the thigh, take a kneeling position, foot goes onto the platform, so you feel comfortable, hands in front, just above the shoulders, and again, just drop the hips back, adding a little bit of rhythmical movement, just make sure the vibration goes to the areas that you want. Again, in a recovery standpoint, blood flow, circulation are the key reasons why we're using it. Save the best to last is the massage, my favorite exercise. All we're going to do, you're going to take a seat, pop the calves, back of the legs on top of the platform, and just roll from side to side. And that starts that recovery process within 4 or 5 minutes, literally after you've worked out, and it feels great.
We've all done them exercises before, but not normally with a foot on a vibrating plate. So why is it so important to have the vibration?
Yeah, I think great question. And firstly, it's the actual exercises are what you're familiar with, and the idea is that the vibration becomes an enhancement to that particular exercise. So if you're stretching, more blood flow, more circulation, feels a little bit less painful, just makes it more effective.
So we tried, it made a big difference just using that bit of vibration. So next time you're training, don't forget, grab the power plate, make use of it, because it really works, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It's great. Do your recovery. For this week's cooking feature, we've got a stir fry, and if you can't do a stir fry, be ashamed of yourself. Lucinda's going to cook it for us.
Hi, hello, yep, I am. I'm going to be making today a miso chicken stir fry, which is pretty easy and simple to make.
Is this one of your favourites for the household?
It is. It's just quick, it's quick, and it's very healthy.
I notice you're cooking in water, not in oil.
I am. Now that's just my preference. Obviously everyone's entitled to what they want to do, but because I've got the miso dressing that's got oil in it, I have used the calories, I suppose, for that, and decided, to sort of balance it out a little bit.
So have you always been a passionate cook?
Yeah, I think I probably have actually. Well, when I went to drama school, and when I arrived there, I actually didn't know how to. I had to phone my mum and ask her how to boil an egg. But then I thought, actually, I really do need to learn to cook. Yeah, and I do. I really enjoy cooking.
I noticed you've got a nice family there. Do they enjoy cooking? Do they get the same meals?
Yeah, they do actually, and I do try and make them eat everything as well, because I just think that's really important. To have with this dish, you can have whatever you want really. You can have it on its own, or you can have it with noodles or whatever. I've chosen some rice, so we've got sort of some brown rice in here. That's literally it's more or less ready now. In fact,
if you can't master rice, you're struggling.
So right, so now this
looks
chicken.
Ready.
This is ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it. Whilst I cook the vegetables.
There's no oil coming off that, it's just the water, isn't it?
It's completely clean. I'm going to add the broccoli.
So overall, how many people is this going to serve?
So this, there's 2 breasts of chicken here, so really I'd say for 2 people.
Yeah. And how many calories per portion?
Definitely less than 300 calories, yeah.
A quick, easy recipe, 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
Under 300 calories.
Absolutely.
You've got your veggies and you've got your protein and your chicken.
And it's a great, you can even make it and save some for the next day and have it for lunch.
And you've got some special sauce as well.
I have. So the special miso sauce I've made with chili paste, miso paste, garlic paste and ginger paste. Now you can make the paste yourself, but you know, if you don't have that much time, and it is pretty time consuming, then you can actually buy it. Just mix all this in now, and then I'm going to add the magic, which is it's delicious. And then really, as soon as the sauce sort of starts bubbling, that's when you know it's more or less ready.
Don't forget, if you guys want to be on the show in the future, just get onto our website, bestfittv.co.uk. Send us your ideas and your recipes, we'll get you on.
So, there you go.
Looks great. Come on, guys, let's try your mum's food. Let's have the verdict. I love it tasty. I love that sauce. It's a nice flavour to it. What do you think, guys?
I mean, you know Gordon Ramsay, but
it's all right.
It's all right. What do you think?
It's nice.
So
yeah.
good.
Recipes on the website. Enjoy it, guys.
When people go on a diet to lose weight, there's lots of different things that people do. We're in the town centre to ask a load of people, what diet would you follow if you were going to lose weight? So if you were going to go on a diet, what diet would you follow?
probably the calorie counting diet to like cut my calories.
And if you've done that before, what success did you have with it?
I did have a lot of success, but then Christmas came and I decided I didn't need it anymore.
If you were going to follow a diet to lose weight, what diet would you follow?
Probably the low carb diet. I've heard from quite a few people that's the best way forward.
If you were going to go on a diet to lose weight, what diet would you follow?
I think I'd stop eating carbs. I eat a lot of pasta and rice. So.
Why? Do you think carbs are bad?
Yeah, they make me bloated. And it's not very balanced. You need like protein in your life, don't you?
So if you were going to go on a diet, what diet would you go on and
Weight
why?
Watchers.
Why Weight Watchers?
Because it's a proven good diet plan.
Okay.
I've used it before.
So if you were going to go on a diet to lose weight, what diet would you follow?
I've actually recently done the Ketosis Diet, which was protein shakes, 3 protein shakes a day, which I did for 28 days.
And it worked? Worked well?
It did work, yeah. Dropped just over 2 stone in the month. It was tough, but then I've continued on since then with a low carb diet, and at the minute a lot of people told me to stay away from it, purely on the grounds that you'll lose the weight rapidly and then you'll put it back on just as rapid, so being careful at the end of it, but yeah, it did work, yeah.
As you can see, you can follow any diet. You can follow a low carb diet if you want to, or you can eat everything that you usually eat and just eat a little bit less. The thing that I want you to do is I want you to follow something that is sustainable long term. Whatever diet you embark on, make sure that you can stick to it for life. There's nothing worse than going and being really successful with a diet and then putting it all back on again.
Another great show, even though I say so myself. Did you learn anything?
Yeah, it was great to see about Seb Morris's neck training. Used to do a little bit of that in my boxing myself, so it's great to see that transition across different types of sport as well, so that's great. Yeah. What about that recipe? Did you give it a go?
I don't know, I passed it on to my wife, who's a great cook, and we'll have her on another show, my wife that is, to cook for us, because she's fantastic. Yeah.
Sounds good.
It does sound good. Thanks for joining us this week.
No problem. Thank you for having me on.
Catch you next week on the update with Ruth. Keep driving those kilos down. Got all the great stuff again next week. Ben Coombe with all his expert advice. I'll be out and about, and we'll be training with Jess Mail, Olympic hammer thrower. Same time next week.